introduction. You guys start telling me your name, your relationship status, what you do for a living, and where you're from, your nationality.
My name is Ada. I am a model. My nationality is Nigerian, and I am single. And my Instagram is Miss Adeze _ Mary Jane.
My name is Belinda. I am an accountant. I am Ghanaian. My Instagram is Darkest Coco.
And your relationship status, ma'am.
And I am taken. I'm married.
Hi, I'm Sheba. I'm a full-time model and entrepreneur. My nationality is Jamaican and Italian. My Instagram is sheba.mc, and I'm single.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for the introduction. So, all right. I guess I can start by asking you guys, how was it growing up in an African home? I know Belinda and Ada, you guys are Nigerian and from Ghana, and Shiva is Jamaican. How was it growing up, in your household? How was the experience with your parents? Ada, let's start with you.
I had a very interesting upbringing. So, but I want to say that my parents were very, very strict. And so there was a lot of things that I was curious that I couldn't really have those conversations with them because it was kind of forbidden topics in the household. And I think for them it was just like church, go to school, become a doctor, lawyer, engineer. Like the room for conversation, like daughter, mother, daughter, father, really was not existent. So yeah. Very interesting upbringing. I'll leave it at that. But yes, they were very, very strict, and my family is heavily Catholic. So you could honestly say that I was like the pastor's daughter in a sense because it was just like church, like 24/7. Yes.
Anna, do you have any siblings?
Yes, I do actually. So I am the youngest in my family. My mother and my father loved themselves so much that they decided to give birth to 7 kids total. So I have 4 brothers and 2 sisters. So it's a big family. Like I said, they love themselves so much.
Wow.
So I am the 7th in the family. My brother that is directly older to me is like 11 years gap difference. So I was the accidental, probably like a one night stand. Yeah. Like I was the one night stand, 11 years later, one night stand.
Wow, that's awesome. Belinda.
They had a little bit too much to drink.
It's okay.
Yeah, trying to make her feel good. There's no problem with that. Belinda, how about your experience?
My experience was a lot like hers as well. Again, growing up, church, which is okay. We're Christians, we love God, not complaining.
Amen.
But it was church. Couldn't do a lot, because, they wanted to protect me or, they didn't want me being out here being wild. But what they don't understand, or what they did not understand, is that forbidden me to do so many things. Back then, I just went ahead and did them secretly as well. And a lot of the things that they didn't let me do, I'm the second born, I have 2 younger sisters. They just go ahead and let my sisters do it now. It's like they've gotten lazy as time has went. They're able to let my sisters do things that they didn't want me to do, Belinda couldn't show her shoulders, or Belinda couldn't show her knees in church, or Belinda had to cover up whenever she went to church. I couldn't show this. It wasn't even this. I couldn't show this. I couldn't show this. And then, my little sisters, they be wearing crop tops to church. I'm just like, wow. So what happened? I literally tell my mom, what happened? And she's like, oh, kids nowadays do wear. So I'm like, okay.
kids
I'm like,
nowadays.
they
Were
do
you the
this.
first child?
No, I'm the second born, but I was the one that I wanted to do what I wanted to
Right.
do because I wanted to be cute, and they were like, oh, Belinda
I
can't
think
be
because you
cute.
were too cute.
You were too cute.
They
That's
just-
why.
They didn't want me to do
You were
nothing,
too cute.
so I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah, I had a tough. They were very stern. They didn't. I mean, going out with friends at night, like late, like how high schoolers used to do it. I couldn't go.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Did you ever ditch school though?
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
did.
what?
I ditched school
Uh-huh.
on senior ditch day.
Okay.
That was the only day that I ditched school, and they didn't know that I ditched school on senior ditch day until I came home, because apparently I
They
got.
made the phone call?
No, they didn't make the phone call. I think I got home a little bit too early than I was supposed to get home. And because me and my friends, we decided to go have a picnic at the park. We took pictures. I took, my little swimsuit. I was cute, And then I get home and my mom's like, where have you been? I was like, oh, sometimes you just can't lie. Sometimes
No.
you just let it out. I was like, it's senior ditch day. That's what we do. But yeah, I got in trouble, but it was worth it. And I mean, prom night, I came home on time on prom night because I knew I have to come home on prom night at the time I was supposed to come home. I think I was home at like 10. And people, be out till like in the AM.
Yeah.
So I knew that night I had to come home if I wanted to avoid any situations. Like my older sister, she didn't come home till the next morning and she had it.
Oh,
So
really?
I waited
Were
till.
you beaten ever with any type of?
Did you ever get punished?
Oh yeah, we got punished all the time.
So
I-
when
What
they
type
whoop
of
you?
punishment?
Yeah, was it by sleepers?
Whatever they could grab, whatever was there at the time.
Whatever they could, and it's like, they set you up for that stuff. They tell you to go to your, or go to your room, go relax in the room, that they will come meet me there. Like, I didn't want you to meet me there. But, I have no choice. But, I don't think that the way that I grew up, my little sisters grew up the same way, because they have much more freedom, much more leniency and things. And I think we were the test and trial children.
Right.
So, yeah.
Damn. I feel bad for you. I'm so sorry. I went
But that's awesome.
I know, but that's awesome too. Because it made you kind of
Were your parents were like you?
Yeah.
Same. My parents were pretty strict in the sense that they were big on education and sports. That was a big thing. Every weekend, I have 6 brothers and 4 sisters, so it's 11 of us in total.
Same parents?
And no, we kind of split up. My mom has 7 kids, my dad has 7, and they just sit together. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so to my mom, I'm the youngest, and to my dad, I'm the oldest daughter. So I kind of had to play both roles. But it was very interesting. When my dad got remarried to my stepmother, we didn't really get along a lot. So there was a lot of tension and stuff with the new merging family. But outside of that, they were just regular. My stepmother is also Jamaican, West Indian, so we were, we didn't really practice our Italian part of it. I honestly didn't even know I was half Italian until well into my teenage years.
Oh, wow.
So I was raised Rastafarian, so we would be in the church and stuff too, and I never, this is kind of like a new thing for me, knowing what I am, I guess, in a sense. But besides that, just school, sports. I was able to take sports professionally, so I was glad, I was happy about that, my parents being on me about that. But
What kind of sports did you play?
basketball for a long
nice.
time, yeah.
Are you still good at basketball?
Yeah, you know.
For me, it's like they stopped me playing. So I played sports to get out of the household because it was just so much going on, and so I got involved in school and community and all that, so I wouldn't have to be at home and kind of deal with the drama that was going on in my family. And so, basketball and track was my therapy. Like, I love running so much. I love being a part of the team and just, so my senior year in high school, they stopped me from playing sports completely. And like, it was so hard trying to explain to like my, like coming to school and you have like this American friends that you have and trying to explain to them your African parents and how the household works and all that, because I never brought friends home, because it was just such a process where like they wanted to meet my friends' parents, how they did. It was just such a process that I was like, it's okay,
Right.
don't meet them.
Yeah.
And so senior year they stopped me from playing basketball and track, and that was just like, it really did something to me. And then I didn't go to my senior prom. So that was like but I was tempted to ditch school, but I love my life too much, and so I just knew that I was gonna there's certain things where you really have to be like, how much is my life worth,
Right.
versus but no.
Yeah.
I miss sports. I definitely wish they allowed me to continue playing. But yeah,
Well,
it's
how
amazing.
come? Were they scared that you were gonna get injured or?
No, it was just more so, it was like my senior year, they were like, no, we need you to focus on school, college, For them, they didn't really think sports was like something of importance. Yes. So then it was just like school, like the academic aspects of it. So I took my family registered for my AP classes and my electives. I didn't get to pick or decide. They just signed up for my classes and I showed up to the classroom. So I took all the AP classes you can imagine. And I mean it. So it paid off in the end, right?
But it did some
mental.
as well.
I wouldn't say damage, but it did some mental stuff to me, and I felt like I missed out on just the socialness of being a
in
youth.
high school. Like
in
you watch high school films.
Exactly. I can't
because-
relate. I didn't go to any dances
Right.
at all in middle school, high school. So it's like I see all these things and I feel like, wow, when I hear people show like their high prom pictures and all that stuff, it's like watching it from a third lens because I didn't get to experience that,
Right.
And it's interesting because I always ask myself, like, damn, like, how would I be as a mother?
Right.
Like how it's
Completely different.
Yeah.
You would probably want your child to experience everything
Absolutely.
that you didn't get to experience. For me, my mom continued to pop out some kids after I was in high school. So I had my younger sibling, and I had to watch her, So I couldn't really do the sports that I wanted to do. Like I did cheerleading my senior year, but I did it for the first try for football, but I couldn't do it, for the second half because I had to be home to watch my sibling while my mother did whatever she had to do. So, yeah, she just kept popping him out, and Belinda was the babysitter, designated babysitter. But again, it sucked then, but I was able to build a bond with my sisters that, I really appreciate.
Yeah.
But I wish that sometimes they would just let us be kids because they have to realize we weren't, growing up in Africa.
Yeah.
Like to this day, I always got to remind my mom, like, yo, I was grown. I grew up here.
Yeah.
I'm different, like I understand that you want me to see things your way, but I can't see it that way because I see it the way that I see it now because growing up, I was taught to speak up my mind. If I didn't like something in school, they always tell you if you see something, say something. So I'm going to say it. I might get popped, but I'm going to say it.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Shiva, do you have anything else to add to this topic before we go to the next question?
Yeah, I think now with this generation of people like, around our age, that we're seeing what our parents kind of did wrong or what they, just trial and error that they did. And I think it's just important for us to see that and make the changes because even with sports, even at first it was work for me, and then I started to enjoy it. And a lot of people don't know. Well, sports is what got me through college, and then being able to play after that. But I know a lot of parents don't look at it like that. Like, oh, you're just playing games.
Yeah.
But it allowed me to be like disciplined, to work with other people. Just so many different things that it brought to. So now that could be something that you pass on to your kids. But yeah, that's it.